Okay, guys and gals, about 10 seconds of the obligatory disclaimer. If you want to read the whole thing, just pause the video. Okay, members only video. Let's take a look at the S&P 500, otherwise known as the stock market. The futures contract for my broker anyway, TD Ameritrade, they switched over to the March contract, so we're looking at the March contract. So they can, if you go to this symbol /ES or MES, that's the E-mini. This is the micro. Okay. You'll notice they're on March now, so the continuous contract has switched over to March. Okay, so you don't have to put in the special long symbol, which when I was trading, let's say the micros, I'd have to put in MES, H, I think it was 23 or something. You need to put all that in there just to trade March, because I've been trading March for the last week and a half. All right, anyway, on with the show. Members only video, so the general public's not going to get this. Let's talk about what I think is going to happen here. We'll keep this video kind of short and sweet. The short-term indicators, they're down here at the bottom. Okay, so those could give us a little bounce. It's possible. We could get a bounce there. Longer term, slower moving indicators like the MACD, they're going down. And even if we get this bounce like this, and the price does come up, I don't think it's going to survive very well. And the MACD waterfall is going to take over. This is going down. One way or the other, this is going down. I just don't know if we're going to get a bounce first, then down. Okay, contracts do expire this week for the futures, December 16th. Okay, and let's see. Let's see, how does this work? I'm trying to think. Is it October? Yeah, November, December, January. Okay, so yeah, I think it's just regular expiration. It's not quarterly expiration. I'll have to look into that. Trying to remember. So we've got March, and then 3 months, April, May, June. Okay. Yeah. June, July, August, September. So also September was quad witching. October, November, December. So guess what? 12/16 is a quad witching expiration. Pretty sure of that. Okay. So that is a big deal. That's a big deal. We could see, I've seen a few years ago, I think it was back in 2018, I've talked about this before, massive decline down into December. Now, we haven't gotten that this year yet. So we'll have, like I said, I still think we have to wait to see if this is going to bounce up and then come down. But this cycle low right here, coming down to here, that's 12/16. And I think this cycle right here ends on 12/15, yeah. So I'm going to wait to see what Sunday, Monday does. If I see a pretty big red candlestick, I'm in. I'm going to short it. Okay. So that's a kind of wait and see thing. And right now, it's Sunday. I'm doing this video on Sunday. It's about 3:15 here in Texas. So we got about a little less than 2 hours for the futures market opens. Okay. But we'll know for sure at the London Open later on tonight. But more like tomorrow morning, Monday morning here in the U.S. That's when we'll really get a sense for what's going to happen with that candlestick, right? Okay, so that's just my one perspective about this. Just naturally looking at the chart with the short-term indicators, there could be a bounce, but I'm not 100% convinced of that because of the way the MACD is looking like it wants to come down hard, okay? All right, so if you want to know what these dates are, where I have my cycles, this one is 12/15, which is basically, the end of this week, Thursday. So let's just count it as Friday, right? 12/15. December 15th, right here. All right. Though long term, yeah, like that English, long term, the week of February 5th was, this is a daily chart, but also the weekly chart. I've been talking about this for like the last week or two. That's a big deal, guys, down into there. I think that's February 5th. Let me just check. Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, February 5th. Okay, that's a big deal. I believe we're going to see a big price decline down here. Even if this does the bouncy down. Okay, this is, I think, December 28th. So if you want to know what that one is, that's the 28th right there. That's where I have that. Okay, so December 15th, December 28th. Okay, and then February 5th. I think February 5th is a big deal. It's a big, big deal. Right? So the sense I get right now is, even if we do get this bounce, prices are going to decline definitely into the end of December. I really get that very strong feeling that that's going to happen. It could start early and happen down into this December 15th. All right, so that's the next, what? Let's call it a month and a half-ish, okay, of where I think this is going, maybe 2 months. Yeah, 2 months out to there almost. All right. Okay, let me switch over to the other application. We're going to draw a couple cycles, and we're going to pull, I'm going to show you something that on the other app, and we're going to pull a cycle that I think looks really, potentially looks good. Okay, here's Gittys Charts. That's up here. I haven't released this app yet. I haven't had time to work on the website, guys. When I get time, I'll work on it. We'll get that website up and running, at least get you guys where you can register and log in and get your own login and password, okay? And then what I'm thinking about the website, that this app you're seeing in front of you, I got a little bit more work to do in the app because I need to put a login on the app. Okay, but I'll probably put a login in the app. That'll be the first thing that comes up, like in the middle of your screen. But you have to log in and give your password. And I'm pretty sure we're going to have 2FA, which means you're going to get an email, okay? So you log in your password, you get the email, you're going to get some type of code, okay? And you'll come back and put your 2FA code in there. Then you log in, okay? Click, log in. All right. Right. So that's the bare minimum I think what the site's going to do when I first get it up. Get you guys where you can get registered. Everybody have their own accounts. This app will be available for those people that want it. I may temporarily just for a little while, keep the memberships going on YouTube while I get the payment, because I have to get the payment system up and running. But once I get that, then the next thing will be the payment system. Once I can collect payments, we're gonna get off of YouTube, and you guys are gonna switch over to the website. You'll do your payments there, okay? Be a lot better quality service, guys. This way I can release applications like this one, right? I can release this app to you. And you can decide, if you want it, you can download it. If you don't want it, fine, you don't download it. I'm still going to make the cheapy membership available, but if you want this app and you can draw your own cycles, you can download it, okay? And there'll probably be other services and apps available that I can't do on YouTube because they, excuse my language, they suck so bad. All right, so anyway, that's just a quick update on my thoughts on the website, okay? But looking at this application right here, the Gittys Charts, okay, I looked at this particular cycle right here, 12.6. It looks really good. So we're looking at spider data. For those that haven't seen this before, let me just grab the mouse, the little pencil. We're looking at this symbol right here at SPY data instead of futures. Why? Because I can get the SPY data free. Okay, the futures data I got to pay for it, but this SPY I can get for free. It's available free in more than one place, okay? So this is pretty current. I just loaded the data fresh today, so what we're looking at here is pretty good from April 15th through through Friday. This is not really the 11th. It's whatever that was, probably the 9th, I guess. Okay, so that's the candlesticks we're looking at here for that date range, okay? So I already clicked display. We got these candlesticks, okay? I kind of expanded the candlesticks. I like them like this. I can see them. This is the ranges I'm looking at, okay? The range I'm looking at. The cycle lengths that I'm interested in. This is pretty good for daily chart, guys. And we'll, again, when this app gets released, I'll put out an instructional demo video, and you all can go watch that, and you'll know how to run the app, okay? But anyway, I already clicked Find Best Cycles. Okay, I just clicked it again. You can see that there they are. You just can clear cycles and clear everything. Just hit Display Data again. Believe it or not, it redrew it, but it's so quick you don't even see it. Okay, but whatever, you click Find Best Cycles again. And then on this grid, I'm not going to demo this again, obviously, but I'm just showing this real quick. So what I'm going to do is I'm I'm looking for, are there any new cycles? So I'm going to click this column again. And what do you know? December 6th came up with some new cycles, also 1129. So these new, I already looked at all this other data, right? I've kind of gone through this other data going back all the way to May. So I'm pretty familiar with most of those other cycles. I've already kind of filtered through them, tried them out, looked at them, right? So now I'm interested in the new ones, like this one. And I'm going to look at it just real quick here with you guys during this video. Do I like it? No, I don't like it. It's okay. It's okay like right here. Okay, it misses this one. It's okay here. It's garbage there. It does hit right here. And not very good right there. Definitely not good there. So I already know it's only hitting like sporadically, right? So this is not a cycle that I'm going to pick. Okay. It kind of hit right here. So the computer, the software behind this app is doing the best it can to try to find cycles. It found something that's cyclical here, just not consistent enough for me to really go with it, okay? And that's fine. That's cool. We move on to the next one. This one, I've already looked at this one. This one's really good. Okay, you see this little down right here? It nailed it. Just think of another cycle going like that, okay? It absolutely nailed it. This one's pretty good. It's off by just a few days, but it did get this lower swing, so I'm good with it. This is off by about a day or two. I'm okay with it. This is pretty good right into that candlestick there. I like it. This one's okay. This is hard to get this cycles over here. So let's just say it didn't hit it. It hit this flat, which is as good as you're going to get in for a cycle low with this very aggressive cycle right here, yeah? And then half of this cycle, see that? So look at this. I just want to go off on a small tangent here. Look how strong the market is during these two cycles. Now these cycles are 17-day or 17 bar cycles, okay? Or 17 candlesticks. So you see cycle length, it really means candlesticks, okay? So how strong this is. Very bullish, right? Back here in July, all the way up through the middle of August. Look at the cycle low. It just went sideways. Very common occurrence when the market is strong. Okay, just a little lesson in cycle analysis there. When you see flat spots like that and they don't drop down, there can be a multitude of reasons, but I'm just giving you kind of the quick and dirty, okay? That means that this entire cycle and half of this cycle, right, this entire cycle, okay, and half of this cycle were very strong, right? You see it from here all the way to there, right? You could even draw a triangle there. Okay, very strong, and then it failed. How much did it fail? Look at this, guys. It failed a whole entire cycle and a half. Now that's very convenient. It doesn't always work out that way. You know, this is very geometrical. Okay, I'm not even going to get into it. This is super duper geometric. That's very common occurrence in the marketplace. Okay, people just don't realize it. All right, anyway, that was a quick lesson in cycle analysis, but what can occur with cycles. But anyway, getting back to whether I think this is a good cyclical pattern. Yeah. A little off right there. Probably about a day or two. I'm okay with it. So let's count them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's say it missed this one. 6, 7, 8. I think it caught that one right there. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 out of 10. Pretty good. But I also like to hard to explain what I'm about to tell you. Sometimes cycles can draw you in and convince you that they're good. And you got to be really careful of that. Just because of the software or any cycle you draw manually by yourself on your charts, just because you draw it doesn't make it good. And I've found myself doing this occasionally where you get sucked into a certain cycle pattern and you think it's good because you convince yourself it's good, but we don't want to do that. We want empirical evidence, right? We want to look at it and be objective about what we're looking at. So now that I see this is pretty good as far as just looking at it quickly, but I'm going to go kind of back over this with my kind of a natural eye. That's the best way I can explain this. I'm going to pick out just low points, particularly ones it missed. So it missed here. Okay, it missed here, but this is, and this one's not a horrible miss because first of all, it's right in the middle of the cycle. Okay. And we'll talk about that when I put out the demo for this software. Okay, very important to look at the middle of cycles because it's very common to see a little bit of a price stall or a small decline. Very common. See, it happened right here too. See this right in the middle? But I'm just going through now and I'm kind of looking at where did it miss. It missed there. Okay, it nailed that one. It got this one pretty good. It didn't hit this one, though it hit the middle of the cycle, so I'm not too concerned. Middle of the cycle, pretty good. Okay. It missed this little, believe it or not, this is kind of cyclical right here, and it missed this. Okay. But there may be another cycle that picks it up, but I don't want to make excuses. We're just being completely honest, right? This one's pretty good within a couple days, so I'm not too worried. This one's a little bit of a stretch. This is where you really want it. A bit of a stretch. So that cycle low got really long in the tooth, but it's still acceptable. That one's okay. I'm just looking at some low spots. Yeah, there's a low spot there, not a big one. So, it missed like 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 smaller. That one's kind of significant, So I want to make sure that I'm not convincing myself of a bad cycle. Does that make sense? So I always go back over this and look at it very carefully and try to pick out low points that didn't get caught or were not included in the cycles that are on the screen. Okay? If I see too many of those, then I might scratch my head, go, and go back and pick some other cycles, okay? Which we're going to do that here in a moment. But this cycle is really good. This cycle length is really good. It looks really great, okay? So 12, 6, 17. I like it. I like it a lot, in fact. Okay, we're going to look at the next one. This one's pretty good, but it's not quite as good as the 17th one. And I already know because I looked at it earlier. And this one's not bad either. Okay, but it's not great. See how it misses here and here? It's just missing all over the place, right? It misses this, it misses this, it misses this. Does it get any hits? It hits a flat spot there. It does get this one, which is nice. It does get that one. That's nice. It gets this one. Okay, it actually picks up that little there. So it does actually pick up some of the cycle lows or lows. And then you have to determine whether they're actually cyclical. It hits this flat spot, though it's a little bit early. It does get this one. Okay. But it almost looks like it's kind of picking up, how do I explain this? It's picking up lows, but the magnitude of the lows is smaller on the average. That makes sense? You follow what I mean? So it did get this low, but guess what? These lows are more significant. This low is more significant. So what we're looking at here, you could use this cycle. Like let's say you made a really good trade right here, you made a lot of money. And you're looking for other cycles to come up that may be between shorter length cycles. Okay, or just different cycles. You might come in here and click on 22 and say, hey, guess what? I think there's going to be something coming up on the, whatever the end of this cycle is. I'm sorry. Okay. I'm looking at my software, my own software here, so I got to look at this. Okay, this is about 6:30. So I clicked right on the candlestick. On this app, you just click on the candlestick, it'll give you the date, okay? So I know there's a low about June 30th right there. If I had made a good trade here, I might come back through, run this app again, be looking for other cycles, and I might say, man, there's something there, and it says there's going to be something at 6:30. Well, I might play that. I might wait for this bounce, and I might say, well, there's supposed to be a little low there. I might just, take a really small position and pick up a few bucks during this, knowing that there's a good chance it's going to come down, right? Of course, there's more to it than just looking at cycles. You got to really have the big picture. But anyway, that's just kind of an example of how you can use the app, okay? Or anyway, so I'm going to now, we're going to finish up this video with going back over to the TOS platform. We're going to look at this cycle. I'm going to pull this cycle here. Okay, December 6th for 17 bars. Okay, so let's do it. Let's find December 6th. Okay, that's not December 6th. December 6th is right there, okay? So just for those that want to know, I'm looking at this candlestick right there. So we're going to pull a cycle from right there, okay? So in this software, it's TOS software, which is pretty good software. I mean, I have to admit, they wrote a really good app, but they don't have automatic cycle finders like I do. Okay, so I'm going to pull from right there, and we're going to try to pull 17 bars. I already did this earlier, so I think it ends up being right there, but I'm not sure. Yeah, 17 bars. See that? So I'm going to change this color to purple. give it a little bit of thickness to the arc. Okay, so we're looking at this purple one. We know we pulled from right there, so we're looking at the purple one right here. Yeah, it's purple one. Okay, I know it's yellow, so I'm sorry, I'm going to get rid of that. Well, guess what? It nails, absolutely lands. See, this is the beauty of that app. And yes, I'm trying to promote it and all that, but you know what? I also try to be honest about it. And look at this cycle. It absolutely nailed and lined up with, guess what? December 28th. So guess what, guys and gals? I think December 28th is going to be a pretty good chance the market's going to come down into that. Okay? I also think February 5th is a pretty good chance, because not only do we have two cycles, the yellow and green coming down there, but the weekly cycle lines up with this one. So these two dates look pretty significant far as if you want to take advantage of the market short side. There could be some type of rally up in here, but I'm not going to trade it. There's just, look how close these dates are. I mean, it's crazy. Right? There's only January between these two. Now, yeah, I might trade it. I shouldn't say that. You know what? Maybe I will trade it. If it gets strong up in here, I will trade it. You know, I'll take that back. If it's strong, I'll trade it. Okay? But I think some of my members have been around for a while. I think you know me by now. If I'm in a bear market, I'm favoring short side trades, and I'm going to resist the temptation to trade long, because I don't like to trade against the overall long-term market. That's just silliness. If I get caught out making a bad decision, at least I know I'm in a bear market, and I might do well, even on a bad timing. Okay, but anyway, that's a video for a different day. So I like this cycle, this purple cycle. Okay, it lines up really well for 1228. So I think we got something going on there. 1228, February 5th. This is December 15th. I just don't know if we're getting the bouncy bounce and then the down. Okay, but either way, we're coming down. I just don't know if it's going to happen right there on the 15th or the 28th. I don't know if we're going up first, then down, or just chug, chug, chug. We're just going to fail hard. Okay? All right, hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm really, pretty encouraged by what I'm seeing with the cycle analysis software, and I'm using it guys, to put out videos for you. You saw it, right? So even I'm using it to help provide better service to the members, and I've already used that app to help confirm some things and made about $1,800 the last about 2 weeks ago, over a period of just 2 days, guys. Just a period of 2 or 3 days, I made $1,800, and then I just chilled. It was right in here. I made $1,800. Okay, when the market came out like that, and some of you probably remember the video. I said we're going to get I'm 100% convinced we're going to get a good strong pullback. I think it was off that second candlestick, and then I made a big trade right here on Sunday. I think that was Sunday night even. 12.5. Yeah, it was Sunday night right there. And I just traded these 2 days, guys, and I made $1,800. Okay, and I used the software to do it. Look at this cycle. Bam, right down in there. Okay. I used whatever, at that time I didn't have the new cycles that I was pulling from for this purple one, but I had some old cycles that landed at the same spot that this one's landing on. That makes sense? And I took advantage of it. Plus the fact we hit the upper trend line and there were some other things going on. Okay, the MACD was sitting up here getting ready to roll over. These guys were already getting kind of elevated. We had divergence dots. There was just so many things right here telling me it's good to go. You're going to make money. All right. All right, cool, guys. Guys and gals, hope you enjoyed the video. I'm not going to tell you to subscribe because it's members only video. All right. Enjoy the video. Enjoy your week. Happy trading, everybody. God bless you all. Forgive one another. Love one another. We need that in this world today. Amen, guys. All right. Talk to you all real soon again next time.